Laying down. She's smart.
Now to kick it old school.
Bruh.
That's center right there.
When it causes a behavioral change,
It's big. Good morning, it is Friday. We're getting ready to do barley today. It shouldn't take too long, there's only like 17 acres, and that's our barley that we grew for the collaboration with River Road Brewery. So I better be careful where I point this thing, but breeding has begun. It looks like all 3 pens are well on their way now. It's been not quite 24 hours. I would say it's been about 22 hours we're sitting at right now, because I think it's probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I think we finished just around 11:30 yesterday. So yeah, there's a lot of action. Really? She's already been smeared, paint's almost gone there, as opposed to these guys. Wow. What about this pen? Laying down. She's smart. Lucky. Don't fight. Yeah, so far just a few really showing a standing heat. I would think by this afternoon it's going to be a busy place. Oh, it's a good thing I'm pointing the camera this way. He's always running away from me.
me,
Yeah.
keep up.
We have the fleet out of wagons, not all of them, most of them. So we are greasing, servicing, filling up tires, making sure lights work, chains are good, all the things that make us road safe. We actually aren't even using these ones for barley. We might need 2 wagons, they're around the corner. And we have the buggy and the combine, so.
You come here and lift up the tongue. Donka.
What do you want the tires at?
90.
90. Come back stronger than a 90s trend. Bang on. Okay.
Oh.
What do we think? Found a green one. There is. It's very pretty. tested.
What?
We your seatbelt. We did a pass, and we take a sample and do a moisture test on it. We think it needs to be, you figured 14?
14 and a half, I think, is commercial.
14 and a half is commercial. This is all new, this whole malted barley thing. So there's a few steps, and you said you did some research, and we have to let it sit for a few months?
Yeah, sometimes the seed has to go through a dormancy period before it can actually germinate, and that's what malting is. You actually germinate the barley, and then you get like about a 1-inch root on it, and then you kind of stop it and dry it, and then that releases the starches and all the other stuff to make beer. So
that's where whoever's malting it, that's what they're doing.
yeah, so the big issue that we have is you don't want it to sprout in the field, which means
It gets too moist.
yeah,
We don't have a problem with that, I don't think, this year. It's too dry.
big grader.
This is a big grader. Squirrel. The monitor says 13 or 13 and a half.
Yeah, and it's usually not horrible.
So, and what's a good yield for winter barley?
Like the guys that are growing this commercial 6-row winter barley, really good yields like 160.
But this is called 2-row?
2-row. So it's 2 rows of florets instead of 6 rows of
6.
florets.
So there should be less yield on this stuff.
Yeah.
Or
but
do you
then,
get
no,
more? Are they
I
bigger?
planted like 2
Oh.
million seeds per acre, so
You planted heavier.
I don't know.
We are gonna see. We don't know. This is our first time
I'd be
growing this
happy
stuff.
if it was 100 bushels.
I'm really happy that there's big, huge windrows of straw that get to get baled for our sheepers. It's always about the sheep.
Oh, see.
Oh,
Perfect.
go time.
Say we're good.
Look who's back in the driver's seat. She couldn't bear to let her mom have a turn on the buggy. This was gonna be probably my only chance.
Sorry, mate. Why? Who's doing it after? Monty?
Likely. Once we get into wheat, probably Monty. But today there wasn't gonna be enough for 3 people.
I'll make enough.
He makes exceptions for his daughter.
It's because I'm not getting paid.
True. What's new, Jess?
Not a whole lot. Just been doing my summer job.
Summer jobs, summer friends on the weekends.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Not a lot of farming.
Well, my job is kind of farming, just in a different way.
I mean, not a lot of farming for here. This is like your first day.
Yeah, I didn't help at all this spring.
Do you miss it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like
Yes.
work though?
Yeah, it's really good. I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like just shutting my brain off and driving around on a tractor.
Beep beep.
But it's been really good.
I'm assuming he's just gonna radio us when he wants us. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. I wonder if he can get behind me or not.
He'll let you know. He might just unload stationary, to be honest.
And I betcha he'll loop around and come this way and unload.
Yeah, true. He might just go to the end here because they're short rounds.
Not acceptable.
Well, now to kick it old school.
Bruh. I haven't even been in this tractor in like a year. This could be interesting.
Better come down and grab me. I don't think I'm actually going to make it.
Probably not. Let's see if I make it.
Ooh, that beautiful straw. I'm so excited for barley straw.
Is it better or?
They say it's more absorbant.
Ah.
So I'll have to go with this. Yeah, just put your snout. I always follow underneath it. But
Not bad. Could be better.
no, that's pretty good because it'll
Perfect.
pour it out.
The door is, I think the side is shut, right?
Can you see it?
We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we're good. Oh yeah, it looks kind of weird.
Yes. Very dry and dusty.
Yeah.
Like chop. Itchy.
Yeah. Quite fast.
right there.
Trying not to go in the bars every time, but it's kind of hard.
Muscle memory.
Oh yeah, no biggie. Riding a bike.
Ride the bike. Kind of nice just not having a job. I get to just go from tractor to combine to tractor, depending on who I want to talk to. But what I'm loving right now is all this straw. Look at how fluffy. I've always been told barley straw is better than wheat straw. Guys, let me know in the comments. Those that like barley over wheat straw, I heard it was more absorbent, which is what we really, really need in the sheep barn. My chariot awaits. Just a little combine. Have your girl home there, Mr. Brock?
One of the 2 best buggy drivers in the world.
That's right. What's the now that we've grown barley? We're on our last pass. Now that we've grown it, are we going to grow it again? What's the plan? I mean, I already know it, but
So the plan is for us, winter barley likes to be planted earlier than winter wheat. And when we want to grow canola, we always plant canola after winter wheat, so you can't really do winter wheat, canola, winter wheat. So what our plan is to do is when we plant winter canola, we'll plant winter barley after it. So it'll be winter wheat, winter canola, winter barley, and then we'll go back into corn. So that's kind of the plan. This was just kind of a trial run.
See if we liked it
this year to see what it's like.
And there has to be a market for winter barley as well, right?
Yeah, like for us, we can feed it to the sheep and the lambs, and there is a feed market for barley. You know, our hope is that we can turn this into malt barley.
Yeah.
But the standards are fairly high, so we'll see what happens with it. But it's interesting to grow. See how it turns out, but it seems to turn out pretty good.
Right.
So it's not a disaster.
Good. It's going to be a repeat crop.
Hopefully, yep.
Good morning, it's Sunday, and my dear husband is awaiting for my assistance. So I wanted to come and check out progress in this love connection that we call breeding season. They're a lot quieter today, but there's a lot of smearing. My sheep almost look like Smurfs in this pen. So Team Blue has done amazingly well. They put on quite the show. Team Green are my little new rams. They look pretty good too. There's a couple ewes that don't look too smeared, so we'll see. And then Team Orange looks really good. So all 3 pens definitely have been doing the things that make babies, but we'll see how they perform in, I don't know, probably about 8 weeks when we scan them again. So I just want to show you kind of what I look at when I don't have a marking harness, but I cheat and I mark the back end of the ewes with paint. And if the rams smeared off, then I know kind of at least they've been mounted. I don't know if it's been successful, but at least I know the deed has been done. So she's smeared there. Smeared, 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 smeared. That one over there is a bit darker, but it looks like it's got paint smeared around the outside, so that's good. Hello. You guys are all hanging out down here? This is a good one to see what a ewe that has not been mounted probably looks like. And for her, this is unfortunate because she scanned open last time, so she's got an orange stripe on her back. And look how dark her paint is as compared to this lady here. So she has not been mounted in this first cycle. So whether she cycles again, I'm not sure. But if she misses again, that's her second strike and she will go. This is her second go, but look at her paint compared to that other one. I don't know what it is about summer breeding for me. I find they seem very, very active, which kind of goes against all logic because they're not in season, they're hot, but I don't know, the boys just really were working hard the last 2 days. Luckily yesterday it cooled off quite a bit, which was kind of unexpected, and I said to Mark, this is perfect for breeding sheep. So it's basically breeding season without showing you guys how sheep actually breed. A lot of people ask me when I wean my bottle lambs, like, how many days do you keep them on the machine? And I always kind of giggle and say whenever the first one starts biting the nipples off. And sure enough, Friday or Thursday I think we had our first milk leak, and that's because they ripped off the end of a nipple. I've changed them I think 3 times in the last 2 weeks, and today I had to interchange. I think they had 3 more that they bit holes in. So today, this morning, just now, I finally weaned them. So I'll have to vaccinate them in the morning. Right now, I'm about to get hit by my husband. We are getting our bin situated. This is where our bin has been located all winter. And I think they're coming tomorrow to start building it. How are we gonna get these ones without the cart?
I'm waiting on Jamie to text me back so that we can pick it up.
Ooh.
He's at the office right now.
Okay. Yeah, I might have to. Ooh, I haven't seen it done.
Been cut.
No. So if we build it, they will grow?
Well, we might use it next year.
It's a lot of concrete.
It is.
How big has this been?
42 feet wide.
42 by how tall?
I think 9 rings. So
How
two
many?
rings shorter than those bins.
So are they, but wider? So like, is it the same?
It's more. It's 50,000. Those are 40.
Oh, 10,000 bushel bin? 10,000 bushels more?
Yeah.
So 50,000 bushel bin.
Yeah.
It has been extremely dry here, and we have one little chance of rain tomorrow, and it's really on the fence whether we're gonna get it or not. So we're a little stressed about drought, but a lot of you guys have been asking about how we're feeling about prices and expenses and how everything's kind of gone through the roof. So I asked Mark today if he would chitty chat about that a little bit.
Okay.
So let's start with what everything costs and how that's affected us.
Well, probably the first one that most people can relate to is fuel. I know a lot of people have seen big increases in fuel price. It's maybe bounced around a lot, but it's a lot more than we've been paying. So for us, we use diesel that's exempt from road tax. So we call it dyed diesel. Some people call it red diesel. All it is a dye to make sure that it doesn't get used for road use because you aren't paying a road tax for it.
Right.
That's doubled in price. So we're paying like $1 a liter
A year ago,
and now it's like $2. So we use roughly $40,000 a year diesel when it was $1. So now it's $80,000 probably this year in fuel costs. So that's something that people can relate to. Mm-hmm. The other one's fertilizer. Fertilizer, basically, especially nitrogen, which is the main component, especially for growing grass crops like corn and wheat. Some of the like canola uses nitrogen. that really jumped in price. Like, it kind of doubled. A couple of years ago we paid $230 a metric ton. This past fall we paid $400 a metric ton. This spring it went all the way up to $800 to $900 a metric ton, so doubled in price. So what that did basically was just really escalate our fertilizer costs. So on top of that, with the Russian-Ukraine war, our government, Canadian government, put a tariff on Russian fertilizer, and we had to import a chunk because we couldn't, Canadian suppliers couldn't find it from other sources in time for spring.
I think they already ordered it too, right?
Yeah,
like it was already
so
kind of coming.
there's like a 35% tariff on top of that extra nitrogen cost. So for some people who had to buy some extra in the spring, or buy all of it in the spring, they paid quite a heavy price. So really the big thing we noticed was fertilizer and fuel costs really jumped. So commodity prices are still good. They were really high there through May. They've really backed off since those highs. So yeah, we're kind of left in a precarious spot because we have escalated costs. We also have decent commodity prices, so it helps offset those costs.
And we have booked quite a bit, what we could.
Yeah, but
we're always...
As we go into 2023, the problem we're having now is prices have softened a little bit, but input prices like fertilizer and diesel haven't come down to kind of match the lower input or the lower commodity prices. But honestly, we're still pretty good, but you know, we're not our margins really haven't changed a whole lot because of this added cost of input. So just like a cost of living for people who don't farm, we're dealing with those consequences as well on the farm. And you know, you buy groceries at the grocery store, you know what food costs.
$100 more a week, I would say, on average for me. Now the kids are home too, so that adds a lot.
But yeah, it's kind of a painful pill for a lot of consumers to kind of swallow.
Yep.
Farming is tough, but we're still doing fairly well so far.
I just thought I would update you because a bunch of you have been asking how is this affecting our farming, and I haven't been avoiding it. I just haven't had a chance to sit and ask him. I don't like asking him when he's opening up a field combine.
The simplest answer to that really is we're feeling the same impacts that consumers are on the farm from the price increases, and it's making us do stuff differently. So I think when it causes a behavioral change,
it's big.
Then it's big. So I would say the increase, inflation has caused us to do some behavioral change, so it is impacting the farm.
So what would you say our biggest behavioral changes?
You know, I go off of best agronomics, but there's also the return on investment. So I really fine-tuned a lot of stuff this year to mitigate some of these cost increases. So that's a behavioral change, right?
Okay,
so
gotcha. I guess we have to get out of this nice air-conditioned vehicle now.
That's life.
Danny just texted me, and he has made it to our winter barley field, and he is going... He's actually already there, and he's baling. That field's only 10 acres, so I told him to hold on because he's gonna be done before I even get there. Poor Dan's gonna be cursing us. That combine of ours, because we have a bigger header, the windrows are a lot fluffier and deeper, so it's really hard for his baler to pick up the fluffy windrows, so he has to go really slow, so I'm sure he's cursing me. So fluffy in this row.
No, we'll give them a speed shot. That way they don't think we're going so slow. Be quiet.
That works.
Like that.
Woohoo!
Try not to slip.
Yeah, don't do that.